Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.
And it is a beautiful morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Sunshine's Corner. And today, I'll tell you, we're going to be talking about something that truly needs to be talked about. We're talking about a conversation that can save your life, maybe even yours or someone that you love. We are talking about stroke awareness, the warning signs you must recognize, and the steps that you must take to make a difference between life and loss. I love that. So joining me today are three incredible women doing some life-saving work in our community. We've got Amanda, we've got, I'm not gonna give you a title, we've got Marguerite, and of course we've got Joy. We got joy.
I knew you spent it.
Down in my soul. But listen, ladies, I tell you, when she told me about the fact that what we were talking about today, because there's so many things as I was going through doing research that we are not even aware of signs that can just truly save our lives. Absolutely. So I'm going to start to my far right, and we're going to introduce ourselves and tell us what we do as we come around.
Okay. My name is Amanda Caballero, and I am the stroke coordinator for Baptist Organization. So that's Brent Lane, Gulf Breeze Hospital, Jay Hospital, 9 Mile, and Navarre Freestandings.
You're everywhere.
We are everywhere.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm Marguerite Averett. I am the stroke program volunteer for Baptist Healthcare. I also work for Andrews Institute Rehabilitation at our Navarre outpatient location.
Okay.
I am just passionate about stroke education, and so very grateful for this opportunity today.
Most certainly.
And also grateful that Amanda lets me tag along with her and just assist in spreading the word about stroke awareness.
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
And as we continue, my name is Sonshine. I'm the host.
I'm Joy. Y'all know me.
Everybody knows Joy. Okay, now Joy is she's the host. But I tell you, when we talk about stroke, the awareness of stroke, everybody thinks that, there was a person I was talking with just a few days ago, was a young person who had a stroke.
Yes.
And I'm talking about teenage years. And if I'm not mistaken, they're even younger.
Absolutely. It can be at birth.
At birth.
Yes, ma'am. At birth. It can happen as young as birth.
Oh my goodness. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, get your pen and your pad, get your cup of coffee so you can take down these notes. And I want you not to be afraid to ask questions. I always tell you that the only crazy question is the one that's not asked. So if you want to find out something, knowledge is power. And once you receive this knowledge, you can use it, to save a life. You can be at home and there's something going on. You can recognize some things that you were not aware of that can save that person's life. Joy, when you came up with this to tell me this, I was like, wow, I knew you had something that was good, because when you call me and like on the afternoon like that, and she doesn't text, she calls, I know it's something good.
Yeah, so for so many years, dating back to since my 30 years in healthcare, BFAST has just been BEFAST. So I came to work the other day, and there was a new badge buddy with the 2 T's. And I don't know if the community is aware, because we preached this and talked about this for so much, but I wanted them to understand that there were other signs and triggers and symptoms now. And who better to do it than the person that coordinates it across our entire system.
Don't call me slow, but when you said that, be fast, now I get it.
Yeah.
But still, take it from there. When you talk about be fast, give us some examples.
So be fast. So we start with balance. B is for balance. So whenever we look at that, we hold it up.
Hold it. Let's get this out the way.
Perfect.
There we go.
So with our balance, we're going to look at sudden loss.
There it is.
Perfect. So it's the sudden loss coordination. So if somebody is walking normal and then all of a sudden has a stumble or something like that, or they're holding on and leaning, that's something to look for, like that off balance there.
Really?
Yes. And then eyes is another thing. It's vision loss in one or both, or sometimes they even just see some stars, or what we call an aura if they have a headache. The next one is your face. So you could have them smile, see if they have a droop. Maybe they even have one on their eyebrows. You can kind of look at the entire face and see if there's some symmetry happening there. Yeah.
Oh wow! I mean, it's so many other things that you can watch for. I'm thinking about the stars, right? I've gotten up quick and I see the stars. I mean, what could that be a sign?
Well, that could be probably a fluctuation in some blood pressure there.
I got you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well,
I just want to know.
Well, also not to jump ahead, but when we consider that they've added the T for terrible headache, oftentimes with a terrible headache, like if you consider migraines and things of that nature with the aura, some people say that they're seeing stars. And what we're learning more and more is that terrible headache is a sign for a stroke. In my personal case, that was my mama, because she had a migraine, or what I thought was a migraine, that ended up being a stroke. So
Really?
yes, so I was not aware of the signs and symptoms at that time, and had I been, her story would probably be quite different from what it is.
Unbelievable.
But yes, terrible headache, and also those seeing the stars and anything like that that's neurological is what
Right.
Amanda has taught me.
Yes.
We want people to watch out for.
And so with the terrible headache, people often describe it as the worst headache they've ever experienced in their life, or a thunderclap headache. So one that comes on all of a sudden.
What do you call that?
A thunderclap headache. So, yep. just like that.
Okay.
And so those are the ones we're looking for.
Right.
You are at an increased chance for risk with stroke with people who have migraines, and sometimes it's better to get checked out than.
You know
than
how
wait.
some people say, "Oh, I have this headache, but I'll be okay. Give me a
Yeah.
powder."
Oh, goodness.
You know,
Yes.
and that could be a sign.
Don't talk about my BC.
Well,
Don't talk about
Well, I do stand-backs, okay?
BC.
I take stand-backs, but
Amanda,
still.
go ahead and finish the.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so moving on to arms. So looking at your arms, you can have them hold their arms out straight and
One
see
of
if
them.
one drifts or even one turns a little bit. If that, and they also say sometimes one or the other is numb or tingling. I also hear my arm is really heavy, so they're not realizing that arm is numb. So that is a sign, yes. Speech. With speech, it could be slurred speech, but it could also be understanding. Can they understand what you're saying? And can they repeat what you're saying? So I like to tell people, give them a small sentence, like, is the sky blue? Can they repeat that back to you? And if they can't, if they come back with a bunch of words that are just jumbled, we kind of call that
Word salad.
Word salad. That's it. Thank you for helping me find
Word salad.
Word salad.
So it's just a bunch of mixed up.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is a definite sign to get them checked out right away.
Absolutely.
And so we reviewed the terrible headache. So that's the one that we added the extra T there. The most important is time. So time is our last T. We have interventions we can do for stroke, but we have to get them there in time.
Oh God! Because some people may think that's just a regular look at it, or I'm
Right.
just a little tired, and this is the way I'm feeling like that. But the longer you wait, I think back to Luther Vandross. He had a stroke, but because he was at home alone, and it took days for somebody to find him, I think that's why he didn't make it.
Yes.
You know, even though when they got him to the hospital, he could barely speak. And I say that to say that to you, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes we don't want to admit, we don't want to accept the fact that something is wrong. If you have any of these that we're talking about, it's best to go on to the doctor, get it checked, and then you say, I'm okay. I mean, because sometimes men don't want to, they say, oh, I'm just tired, I just did this. But go on and get it checked because of that fact. When you say something with the arms, what is it that I've always heard that I think it's this arm, if this arm is hurting?
You thinking about hard.
Heart.
You're going hard.
That's
That's where I'm going?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's okay. You need to get checked out with that
Yeah,
as
you
well.
do.
Yes.
Oh,
We can-
okay.
yes.
Absolutely.
I know it was something with the arm. I didn't hear the ache,
Like the
but-
pain, like a sudden onset pain.
Radiating
and-
pain
yes,
in the arm.
Yes.
Oh,
And
really?
up to
It
the
goes
jaw.
up to there you go.
Where does it go? Up to
Up to
you?
your jaw.
So, do you have that pain? Go to the doctor. Now, we're having a great conversation today. Things that I think that we should talk about more often and not be afraid to talk about it, because sometimes we think that if I allow this to continue, it's just going to go away. Or if I go take a goody powder, it's going to go
Don't
away.
talk about my BC.
Or if I go take just something else, it's going to go away. But these are things that we need to be mindful of and educate everybody in the house.
Absolutely, yes. Even your kids.
Exactly.
And that's just so important because they're with mom, grandma, grandpa all the time. And
Exactly.
they can pick up on those subtle changes and they can call 911.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a story, I'm always searching for things, but there was a kid who saved, a 5-year-old, Grandma had passed out. Grandma had had a stroke.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the baby picked up. Now she won't wake up, you know, but
Yes.
that saved Grandma's life. And I teach our kids, even with that, teach them how to use the phone.
Or
if
their
they're at home.
teachers. I mean, think about it. What if they're at school?
Exactly.
Yes.
What if they're on the football
Absolutely.
field?
That's right.
What if, you know, what happens? My son, I can remember, he was 5, and his caregiver, she stopped eating. And he was telling everybody, she was like 80 something then. He was telling everybody in the family, she's not eating, y'all. But they being 5, you don't really listen. But she was starting to go through early onset dementia, and she was not eating.
Really?
And yeah.
Good God. Okay, I went back and I saw that the university study of Kentucky said that 14.1% of strokes are not detected using the FAST. Talk about that.
That is correct. So they went back and they added the B and the E. So the B and the E, the B is for balance, E is for eyes. So there are posterior strokes. So that happens in the back part of the brain. So that's where that balance, that vision comes into play. And these strokes happen, I want to say more in women. I want to say, because I want everyone to notice all these signs, but it has been that with women that these show up a lot more than men. Yes. So that's why that's added there, is the B and the E, is because we're catching those posterior strokes.
I got you. How long is it? Go ahead.
What I was going to say, and for the eyes, because they added eyes, a lot of people were ignoring like sudden onset vision difficulties, even like double vision and things that were pretty serious, but that ended up being strokes when they were finally checked out in the hospital. But that delay of getting care, that hesitancy to call 911 delays the treatment options. It takes certain things off of the table, which I know Amanda will get into. Yeah, absolutely critical to add balance and eyes. And then the terrible headache is brand new. That's something that that Amanda has added.
Yes.
So
we noticed going through several charts at the hospital that the majority of our patients that came in had headaches with their strokes. So that's why.
Wait, so this is not Nation?
No, this is Baptist.
This is
Baby,
Baptist.
high five, girl.
This is Baptist.
Yes, ma'am.
Look, we need to brand that. Like,
Oh, come on now.
Candy, if you watch it, we need to copyright that other T.
This is absolutely cutting edge
Yes.
to add the extra T.
Oh.
Brand new.
I got chills.
I mean, that's how it go, Baptist go.
We're elevating our stroke.
We're elevating the stroke program.
Okay, now listen at this. I've often heard, I don't know how true, that people can have multiple strokes and
Yes.
mini strokes.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, why is it called a mini stroke, but they keep going?
So a mini stroke, a lot of people would refer to that as a TIA.
TIA.
So a TIA is very important to take serious. So TIAs, you experience some of these symptoms with BFAST, balance, eyes, face, arms, speech. It could be that terrible headache, but they resolve within 24 hours. And so sometimes people think, oh, I'm fine. I can just keep going about, my day. It's really important to come to the hospital, get worked up, because we're going to do labs, we're going to do testing, we're going to do, possible ultrasounds of your carotid to make sure those are clear. And the whole purpose is to prevent a larger stroke from happening.
Okay.
And then also it's possible that you could have a cardiac event as well. So it's a warning sign from your body that something larger is going to happen or something is coming.
Wow.
So those are very serious, and that's what they call them mini strokes, but they're TIAs.
Okay. Now, something else. When you have these, and if you continue to keep going on and on, and don't go to the doctor, what will be the outcome if you think this is just a little bit here and a little bit there? What could be the outcome of you waiting because you thought?
So, you go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. 'Cause
So delay in care, 911 hesitancy, and delay in getting to a facility that has the clot busting drug T and K There's a 4.5-hour time window for when that drug can be administered. Based on current guidelines, everything is restricted. Time. Most important thing, time in everything, even in down to what treatments are available to you. There's a clot busting medication that they can give you if that TIA turns into a more massive stroke, turns into what they call an ischemic stroke, where a clot is thrown to the brain and blocks a blood vessel and blocks oxygenated blood from getting to an area. So you start out with a core infarct, they call it. That's the spot in the brain. It may be tiny at first that's being deprived of oxygen, but over time, if you ignore it, that core is expanding in the brain. So more and more tissue is being affected. More and more neurological pathways are being affected. It's going to have a longer, more detrimental outcome down the road in terms of the necessity for long-term rehabilitation, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy for years and years, as opposed to maybe just short-term. If we get taken care of right away, then there is a greater possibility that you won't need all of those services longer and longer term. But this is really Amanda's area of expertise. I'm going to turn it over.
We are a
sitting here
team.
like,
I'm being quiet.
but I will say this, one of our pushes for next year is going to be individuals getting into primary care.
Okay.
So if you're in primary care, meaning you're getting your regular, if you're on medication, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year checkup, if you're not, you're telling your doctor the things that are happening, right? And seeing your risk factors for things like stroke and cardiovascular risk. So that is important. Because a lot of people, so we have these different committees and task force throughout the county, and everybody wants to talk about specialty care. Like, we can't get, well, you got to go to the primary in order to get to a specialty.
Okay, so they want to go from that to specialty?
They want to go from at the house straight to a cardiologist, straight to a neurologist. You have to have what I call your coach, which is your PCP, your primary care, your family doctor. You have to have that in order for, now if you're having these, ED all day long. All day. Emergency department, emergency room.
And call 911.
Call 911.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was asking those questions because a while back, because a friend of mine, I'm going to be real, he had a stroke.
Yeah.
But he had several strokes, but he didn't go to the doctor. And when he went to the doctor, he passed out right there at the counter.
Wow.
But then but then speech was slurred, could barely walk. And it eventually, because of the time span that he waited,
There was no interventions.
Right.
Yes. So with those interventions, it's very timely. So like Marguerite was telling us, there's T&K, it's tenecteplase. It was just FDA approved in March of 2025 to give to stroke patients. That's huge for the stroke world because before it was off-label. We were treating these patients. And that's been nationwide. We were treating patients, not just at Baptist with this drug. Just make that clear. To give that medication, we have to know the last known well, and they have to be within the last known well 0 to 4.5 hours. If they're not within that window, we cannot provide that medication to the patient.
Oh, really?
Yes. So if somebody has a headache or has a little facial droop or something small and they go to sleep on it and wake back up, you're completely outside of that window.
Oh,
so
my.
if you 4 hours and 45 minutes.
You can't.
Nothing. The next intervention, if the patient is a candidate for it, if they have a large clot within the brain, we can do a thrombectomy. That's where there'll be imaging taken of the brain. Interventional radiologists will take a look and see if they can go in and retrieve the clot. They access the radial or the groin artery. They go in and feed a wire into the brain and they remove the clot. You have to be, yes.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. I wish I had pictures of me to share with you. Maybe
That's
next time I
amazing.
come. Yes, I'll bring them next time we visit.
Yeah, next
for sure.
time you got to bring this so we can see.
Yes.
Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, we're having a great conversation. This is education. I believe in giving you education. Knowledge is power. Take this and, teach everybody, educate everybody in the home and know what to do just in case. And if you get a terrible headache, yes. I'm going to move that. If you get a terrible headache, we're going to take a break. And we're going to come back. And Baptist logo will be on that
Yes,
screen.
now.
We'll be back with more right here with Wellness Wednesday with
Yeah.
Baptist.
Yeah.
Join me, Quint Studer, for Conversations with Quint, as you learn all about kindergarten readiness and what we have to do to get better, with Katie Ballard and Stephanie Montgomery.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sonshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sonshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice. Because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
Pensacola, Wagwan mean? What's up in Jamaica? My name is Nash, CEO of Good Vibes Jamaican Grill. Once you see me, you already know this is where the flavor, the vibes, everything is at. Right here at 7999 Pensacola Boulevard. If you want oxtail, curry goat, jerk chicken, and so much more, just come right here at Good Vibes. Just come on down and just come enjoy yourself. If you haven't been, you're missing out. And if you're coming, bring your friend, tag a friend,
Join me and Chad Henderson at Conversations with Quint. Chad is the CEO of Catalyst, and he's going to talk about all the great work they're doing in Pensacola, including a new hotel and the plans for OLF 8. Join me with Chad Henderson.
Hey, Piggy.
Never had that.
Welcome back. I gotta tell you, well, is it true that you eat a lot of pork? I'm just saying it, okay?
Oh, guess what I need to do?
What, pork?
Congratulations on the Thanksgiving feast that we did for the community. It was amazing.
We did over 500 people.
That is
Oh my
amazing.
goodness.
It was
Yes.
amazing.
It's a blessing.
And even after that, and I just love saying this for everybody who came out, and I mean, like, it was people there from everywhere. And even after that, we had a few turkeys left over. So we pulled it, took it, and delivered it to some of the shelters.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Where did it
wonderful.
happen?
Fricker,
At the
neighborhood.
Fricker. We did it right there in the community, and everybody. I think it was such a great one this year because of the fact that we were just coming out of
The government shutdown.
the shutdown.
yeah.
People are just getting their SNAP. And I think the fact that what we prayed on and pushed so hard, well, we're going to be there to show you, hey, look, we're right there with you. And it was absolutely fantastic. I mean, all those bags you had.
We strategically did the blood pressure between 10 and 11 because the
Before
feeding
the-
started
At 11.
Smart.
So we had that time to come out, and Baptist was right there. I mean, they were coming at your table like crazy.
Yeah.
They were going. But ladies and gentlemen, that's what you mean. See, when we say partnership, that's what partnership is all about. You know, Joy had me to say this, and I say this every time we have Wellness Wednesday. When we talk about Wellness Wednesday, we're not just talking about a headache. Wellness of the whole body. Everything that you do is consistent with your wellness. Even the things that you are encountering with every day can cause you to do things that is not normal. That's considered wellness. And I think that if we would take that back and learn what we are educating you with every single day, it will all be better. Don't just hear this today and say, oh, okay, let me go get myself a Tylenol. No, if you've got a numbness in your arm, that's a heart attack, but if you got
or a
That
possible
is
stroke.
not a heart attack. I mean, you stay off of Dr. Google and stop diagnosing.
Dr. Google, I said, oh, Dr. Google, something here. I had a pain right here. Went to the doctor, pull muscle.
Yeah, she told me, she's like, I went to the emergency room, I was looking at her like, the emergency room.
Yeah, I thought I was having a heart attack.
Better safe.
Well, at least if you're gonna go, I know where you live.
Yeah.
Visit the 9 Mile location.
Exactly.
Tell y'all something about our 9 Mile location.
Uh-huh.
Listeners, viewers, 9 Mile is what I call a drive-through.
Yes, sir.
Right? You know what I mean? So you go in, they register you, they triage you, and once they triage you, they determine if it's emergency, you go to the emergency room track.
Yep.
But if it is non-emergent, you can go to the urgent care track. Now, what that does for the patient is you're not waiting longer, your bill is cheaper. But we have 2, 9 Mile and we have Navarre.
All right.
Yes, absolutely.
Baptist is on the ball. Look, did you see that look? She said, what can I say? I mean, hey. But you know, we're talking about stroke today. If you are not familiar, if you are just getting in, make sure you tune in. Now, everybody, you know that this show is going to play a game this afternoon at 6 o'clock. If you miss it, spread the word. Look, you want to find out what Be Fast? Did I say that?
You did. You did it right.
Be Fast is all about, and I'm not talking about the eating. There it is.
Yes.
Balance, eyes, face, arms, speech, terrible headache, and time.
Keep it up. Look at those risk factors.
That's where we want to
There
get
we
to
go.
now.
Absolutely.
Talk about the risk factors.
So the risk factors, the ones that are listed here are the top risk factors. So high blood pressure. It's high blood pressure, so we want to get that under control. Just like Joy was saying, get into your primary, check it regularly, keep a log. That way, if you are on medications, we can adjust, because sometimes you need more medications, or maybe you need to taper down. But high blood pressure is.
Okay, can I put that screen back up? Put it back on the screen. We're going to go through all those risk factors. There you go.
Perfect, thank you. And then atrial fib. Atrial fib is an irregular heart rhythm. This is where you need to be seen, either sometimes in the emergency room if the heart rate is high and irregular, and get in with a cardiologist to make sure you get on the right medications for that rhythm and possible blood thinner.
Okay.
The next is smoking. Just stop smoking. It
got that
damages
right.
your vessels. So smoking is a big one to stop. And high cholesterol. Again, seeing that primary, getting that cholesterol checked, those plaque buildups within those arteries will cause a clot there. Diabetes. Checking your sugar just as often as you're checking your blood pressure, making sure that you're staying within range on that. And the next one is heart disease, making sure that you're exercising, getting out and being active, and making sure you're clear with your physician before you do it. But like a brisk walk, get your heart rate up a little. So it's not just walking from point A to point B, but just getting a little bit of exercise.
You should have joined me last night. I did 3 miles downtown.
Oh wow!
Last night, yes.
I should have joined you. And so that goes into that poor circulation, getting that exercise. And then some things you can't outrun is the family history of stroke. You can't change your genetics, you can't change your age, but you can change the way you take care of yourself and exercise and the way you eat. Those are the things that we hit on the most with our patients.
No, in a family.
Yes.
Diabetes, what people call it, sugar.
Sugar diabetes.
Sugar diabetes. I got sugar, baby. But no, are these things preventable? Even if you have that history of that in your family. Okay, when you mention the fact that you watch these things that you're doing, the exercise, don't go home and sit on the sofa and just go to sleep, get up and do some brisk walking. Watch with your cholesterol, monitor what you're eating. These factors, and don't just say, okay, I need to go to the doctor, I got my sugar, so I need to go get some pills, or I need to go, even some people on a shot. Are these things preventable?
So type 1 diabetes is not.
Okay, type 1, explain.
Okay, so type 1, we're going to test my knowledge here.
Okay.
Is your body doesn't make enough insulin.
Okay.
So you have to have something from the outside to be put in.
Okay.
Type 2 is your body makes it just doesn't know what to do with it.
Okay.
So that's the one
manage
that
it.
It doesn't manage
it. Doesn't manage it. So that's the one that's what we say is treatable. And preventable. I hear people in the community all the time. Well, my mama gave me type diabetes. What type you at? 2? No, you picked up her eating habits, but you didn't pick up her
that's
work
where I want to
habits.
go.
So if you're eating, and most of us have jobs where we sit down. So you're not, our grandparents, they worked
all the time.
No matter if it was farming, whatever it was. So I tell people that all the time. No, mama didn't give you that.
You
the
picked
sugar
that up.
too. You pick that up because of the way we prepare our foods.
Exactly.
And you know, you've heard me say this. I don't know if y'all have ever heard it. My 93-year-old grandmother, she'll tell you, I don't have any black diseases.
Come on now.
And I'm like, what is that? I don't have hypertension. I don't
Thank
have but she did have a stroke at 40. But she doesn't have, and she's like, I tell my mom all the time, I said, she's getting a little slower. You know, when I say slow, I mean movement, but ain't nothing wrong with her mind.
And how old is she?
93.
Come on, somebody.
God is good.
That's what I'm talking about all the time.
Only question is, how do will my walker go on that beach?
You know, and I say that because you're saying something, so many things that are so true. And when you say, I heard what you said when Grandma said, I do not have a black disease.
Disparities.
As a community, have got to learn it's okay to have sometimes something, but don't make that a habit every day. Just because when Mom and Daddy was growing up, but they were in the fields all day, so therefore they were moving all day. They would keep burning it off, it didn't settle in. Now that cornbread, that fried chicken, and smothered.
Don't forget the pig feet.
The pig feet. Now, I eat the
All the
pig feet,
things
but I don't
we
eat them
love.
all the time. If you
Don't
understand
forget
what I'm
that.
saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Moderation.
Moderation.
That's
What did I
key.
say before the feeding? Before we had the thing?
Oh, come on.
Taste.
That's
Don't
right.
indulge.
That
Because
is
you're
that is
going to
good.
be
Like
a
that.
tenant at Baptist Hospital.
Thank
and I said,
you.
y'all
Yes.
don't want to be no tenant there.
Thank you. Exactly. But these are things that I try my best to educate the community on as well. And I can say, throw both hands up. Hallelujah. I'm not on anything but vitamins.
Wonderful.
And I take vitamins every day.
Good.
But I always move. I'm doing something.
Oh, yes.
I run. I walk. All the time.
we see your show, you're on the move.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? That's what I get people to understand. So don't say, well, Mama has sugar, so I got sugar too. No.
Right.
I want us to get that out of our thought process. Learn to take care of this temple,
Yes.
because if you take care of it, it'll take care of you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, I tell people when you drive in a car, I'm not gonna cut it, I have to give my little analogy. When you know they tell you on that thing, they tell you what kind of gas to put in that car. But if you put the wrong gas in it, it knocks. You hear something, knock, 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 knock. Same
Perfect.
thing here.
I love it. That's
Yes.
perfect. Perfect analogy.
Same thing here. You put the wrong thing here, it's gonna knock, it's gonna stop, it's gonna knock you
sputter.
down.
Gonna clog up those
Hello.
lines. Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
Now you were gonna say something.
No, it's just carrying on personal history. Again, I think most people know my mother had a stroke, and that's what set me on this path. But she was the poster child for stroke. She was a diabetic. She was a smoker. She had high cholesterol. She had high blood pressure. I can go down this list of signs and symptoms and risk factors. Yes, and she had a stroke when she was 61.
Okay.
I did not know this, the Be Fast, I did not know the signs and symptoms. My mother passed away after 7 months after having that stroke.
Oh, wow.
And in that time, I got my crash course in stroke caregiving, which again, God bless you, Amanda, for letting me tag around with you, because
Couldn't do any
we
this
have to
without
do
her.
stroke
She's amazing.
education,
Yes.
and we have to educate people that no, you are not bound by previous generations
Exactly.
and their habits.
Exactly.
I have never smoked a day in my life because my mother said she would kill me if I ever took it up. But after she had that stroke, God bless her, when she was in a wheelchair, she had me wheel her up to people who were smoking.
I understand.
And she would look at them and she would say, in the best she could, she would say, "Don't smoke."
Oh. Yes.
And
Yep.
then I would explain she had a stroke, and she wants everybody to be aware that smoking raises that blood pressure, that nicotine is no good for us, and it can lead to a stroke,
Yes, it
which
can.
can kill us.
Absolutely.
So, but we're not bound. We don't have to do the same things
No, we don't.
that those previous generations
Exactly,
did.
we learn, we educate, and we
Absolutely.
take it on further, you know?
Yes.
So the
Yes.
generation behind us will know what to do.
And to
Yes.
add to the no smoking, you know, we want you to stop smoking, but those strokes get younger and younger. And so, I'm part of a coalition here in Escambia County. It's Emerald Coast Coalition, and we've talked to many of people in there. And so, what they've seen is vaping. Vaping.
Now
is,
that's what,
vaping is. They've got to quit
Just a
vaping.
bad.
Yes, so you see these young teenagers or young adults coming in with these strokes, and they have no risk factors, not really any family risk factors, and the only thing we can come up with is that vape. So stop vaping.
Just
Stop
imagine with the
Let's
vape.
go to break. Hold on. We're going to take a
go.
break, and we're going to come back and talk about how important it is. I mean, sure, don't be a trend. That little scent you smell is something else in that stuff, I think. But we'll be back and talk about that more right here on Wellness Wednesday on Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in Racing Blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if auto owners make sense for you.
Keep going, more.
Sonia Bay's Botanicals is a local wellness boutique that specializes in infused fruit juices, medicinal herbal tea remedies, clean hair and body care, and herbal infused sea moss gels, which can be purchased 1 for $25 or 2 for $40. This sea moss contains 92 of the body's 102 essential minerals used to increase energy, relieve pain and inflammation, and improve blood pressure and more. From parasite cleanse to detox and weight loss to blood sugar control, Sonia Bay's Botanicals has a natural solution for you.
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
The Emerald Coast Utilities Authority's state-of-the-art materials recycling facility processes recyclables for communities throughout the region, lowering need for more landfills. This highly efficient recycling service accepts glass, paper, cardboard, plastics, aluminum, and more. But we need your help. Please make sure your recyclables are clean of garbage, food, and liquids. Also, please remember that plastic shopping bags, foam products, or yard waste are not recyclable. To learn more, go to livegreenecua.com.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town, where we have the conversations that need to be heard. This is where I invite you to be a part of the conversation. I know this is very valuable information that you're receiving today. Again, I say, if you do not get the chance to watch this today, you can also, this afternoon, it will be up on our YouTube as well. Yes, please subscribe to our YouTube. Subscribe, so that you can get all the information that's needed. But we are talking with Baptist, the creator of Be Fast. That's what I'm talking about. These people are doing things that are great for the community. They're not doing this just for them, just for her to come here every week. No, she's telling you things that you need to apply. Because once you learn something that's great for you, then that's lesser of the negative things that you're going to have, because you're not going to have the room to hold them all. So please take these notes that we're giving. We were talking about vaping, yes, and how they're coming into the hospitals now, and those things will take your life.
They will. We don't know what's inside of them.
We don't exactly. Yeah. You said something about this.
If you have to charge it.
Yeah. So you're inhaling battery. You're inhaling different chemicals that are changed, from product to product, and the advertising on them, makes it very appealing to young children and even young adults.
Exactly.
So
I want to ask the parents something. Are you buying it? Don't do it. Mm-hmm. Because if a child is in school, if they're not working, how are they going to buy it? I want to pause right there.
Well, I think even so, I'm going to put my hat on now, but from a policy standpoint, it should be things that keep them from buying it. From a policy standpoint. Just like you don't get someone with a baby face coming in. I get excited when they card me for alcohol. I'd be like, yeah, here you go. So, I don't be buying it for me.
Oh God, check it out. Did you hear that? She cleaned it up.
But here's the thing. So if
Lord, you hear that, honey? Talk about your husband.
You probably watching. Don't call, baby. Don't call. And so the thing about it is, if we just need to be more vigilant is that the right word? Yeah, vigilant on the laws and the policies, right? So now every place is non-smoking, but you don't see non-vaping.
Sure. And I think that's what they did. They found a way.
A loophole. There.
When they took out the cigarettes, they found a way to replace it with something. Now you get a strawberry, and but there's more in that, and we know this.
Yes.
We know this.
So there's a person that I'm gonna bring one day next year.
Okay.
That's all she does is educate. She was at the event. She educates around vaping and Narcan and all of that, because you need Narcan or naloxone in your home.
What was that other one?
Naloxone. It's just one of them is 4 and the other one is 8.
Yes.
You need those things in your home because you don't know what's in the vape.
You don't.
So if you walk in and somebody's passed out and you see a vape, you can administer that medicine.
So a vape will knock you out?
So a vape
depends
could,
what's
it's
in
in
it.
it. You don't know. So if they're not purchasing it from a store, or they're purchasing it off, from
Online, from a
online,
person,
you never know what's inside of it.
Okay, I'm going to just say it. Are they using it like a drug?
It could
be.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. We need to find out if that is, then you do need to know how to use that Narcan.
Yeah, one thing about Narcan is if you don't have any opioids or narcotics in your system, it doesn't do anything to you. Like you're administering, it doesn't harm you.
It won't hurt you.
It won't hurt you.
Really?
Yeah, and so and once again, from a policy standpoint, when we were in the middle of COVID, they was pushing COVID tests to your house for free.
Amen.
Government, can we get the free Narcan in every household?
Come on.
Because you never know.
You're right.
But we kind of, we go back to.
Well, look, no, but see, all of this is all around
this all
the
ties
things.
into it.
Well, I know that through the Florida Health Department that they are
They are.
trying. There's
Health
an
and
active
Hope.
campaign
Yes.
giving out Narcan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, in fact, I got one at a conference very recently.
I like the
And I just-
naloxone.
Yeah,
Because
just
you can
in
keep it in
case.
your car. Don't keep Narcan in your car,
No.
but you can keep the other one.
Because if
Now,
you
I
see-
have a Narcan because I got one from, I had somebody on the show. I keep it, I got one in the house.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
But I don't know how to use it.
You just
it's in.
Would you just squirt it?
Yes.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
like a nose spray.
Yes.
Yes.
So
it's
it's
a
in
nasal
the-
spray.
Okay, good.
I'm glad you asked us so you can put it in somebody's mouth.
No, they breathe it in. It goes in the nose.
Okay, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
I would have been trying to squirt it
And
under
you
the
messed
arm
up
or anywhere.
everything. You
I
messed up
mean, I was, oh God, it popped up to passed out. Where you want me to put it? I mean, but you see, this is what knowledge is power. But I mean, when we go out, let's go back to stroke. When there is, what are some of the symptoms that are overlooked the most?
So that's why we added this terrible headache, is because of the terrible headache. Is people like, I'm going to take some Aleve, some Tylenol, even though it's the worst headache they've ever had, and they go to sleep on it. I'm not saying that every headache you have to get checked out, but it's those ones that are like extremely bad. You're seeing some vision issues with it. Your balance is off, and all of it's a combination. Some people just think, oh, I'm just getting a virus, I'm going to lay down and go to bed. So it's very hard to detect. It's all of these, but they sometimes come on subtle.
Okay.
And then go to sleep and sleep them off. So that's where we're seeing that miss with them, is that balance and then that headache.
With a child, what would be the thing mostly? Okay, you know how kids are. They keep running. I mean, they overlook everything. Oh, I need some water, sit down for a second. But what are some of the things or the symptoms that we could recognize? Because if you're going back to see that a child, even a baby, can have a stroke, what were the things we would look for?
So it depends on, what they're born with. Are they born with some, other things that we don't know about yet? Yeah, that's where you have to get to your primary, get to the specialist and get some imaging and stuff done. And then once you find out what's going on underlining with the baby or the child, then you can look for more of these symptoms or more specific to that child. What we see a lot of with, the adolescents is that they're playing, they are running,
exactly.
right? They fall, they hit their head. So you could have a bleed. That's not necessarily a stroke. That's a traumatic bleed, but you could have that, and so where it bleeds around the brain. So that's something to look for.
Okay.
Remember Mama said, with that baby bump his head, don't let him go to sleep.
Right there you go.
That's right.
Right.
And mother would say that, get that baby right.
Did you want to add to that as well?
I was also just going to add neglect one-sided
Yes.
neglect. While baby's playing with something, maybe we don't move that other arm, or we don't move the leg or the fingers or the toes. So pediatric stroke is very difficult, actually. To
Okay,
detect,
that's what I'm
because
saying,
baby
because-
is just starting life, just starting to develop. We don't know what they're going to eventually grow into,
Exactly.
right? And so we don't know if is this just something, is this developmental? Are we a little bit slow to develop? Still, best to get checked out and just say, well, we're not using that arm as much.
Exactly.
They're not trying to wiggle those toes. Maybe you tickle the baby and they're not laughing when I tickle one side, but the other they go crazy.
Or even when they eat, sometimes if just like their speech, maybe they're not eating or sucking their bottle like they should. Some subtle symptoms like that. Running down, yeah.
So another
so they're not swallowing.
Okay.
So swallow is another one, and that usually gets incorporated into speech. And the S for be fast is a lot of times people don't think, oh, they're going to have swallow difficulties with stroke, because if you think about it, it's neuromuscular. So the muscles in the throat that are going to help that food get down, they're not functioning properly.
Of course.
And possibly just one side. You might have some choking. You might have some pocketing. Routine pocketing. With a child, it's going to be a little more subtle than with an adult. Suddenly, you're out to dinner and suddenly they start slurring speech and having that facial droop. So just watching that baby as closely as possible, and to see, are we completely swallowing? Are we clearing that food?
Okay.
So
Can that be
like
determined like this? Okay, sometimes I've heard people say with vertigo, how they're off the balance.
Sure.
Is that can that be?
Yes. So that's the B.
And see, here's the thing: we misdiagnose ourselves.
That's what I'm talking about. Because that could be mixed diagnosed.
It could be.
You thinking you got vertigo.
Yeah, you're having a
stroke.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Wow. And vertigo is something else that's off balance, right?
So
I don't know.
So there are multiple reasons for vertigo. That could be inner ear related, and it could be you stood up too fast, literally.
Like I said,
it can happen, and everything gets a little shifted, and you see those stars. I would say, because I've had vertigo as well in the past.
You said I've had, so you can get cured from?
Well, vertigo it occurs. It can occur with bad migraine headaches, which I've had. I know Amanda
experienced them. Yes,
she's experienced migraines
Yes.
with vertigo. Yep, enjoy. And again, we're not going to call 911 for ourselves when we're experiencing vertigo.
That's right.
Then
Okay.
we're kind of at the mercy of those around us.
Okay.
I know when I had it really bad in the room, it wasn't just spinning, like things were morphing. It was like the Terminator when the guy's coming out of the floor. That was my computer screen coming at me, and I was like, whoa, this is definitely weird. So they took me to the urgent care. Someone walked me to our urgent care very quickly, and he put me through some tests and everything. It ended up that it was just
Do you get medication for that?
So it's like some. If you have like an inner ear or allergy medication, something like that.
Treat the root.
Yeah,
there are options.
Oh, okay.
So for her case, they probably treated the migraine.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
They did.
See, I'm learning.
Yeah,
Well, he was amazed. The doctor was amazed that with the vertigo, I did not get the terrible headache. I didn't have the migraine come on afterwards. I just had the vertigo, but it could have knocked me off my feet if that sweet lady hadn't been holding my hand, taking me upstairs. Ellen.
Wow.
And just to show you how important this is, so Amanda has told you what she does for our system. Marguerite does Andrews, but she volunteers and you see how knowledgeable she is.
Oh God!
But two things. Number one, it's everybody's responsibility across our system, no matter where you work, to be aware of these.
Yes.
Because of that time.
Right.
We would rather be wrong
Yeah.
a million times.
That's right.
Than
I
to
would
have
rather
to.
it just be a headache, or it just be sudden onset vertigo with an inner ear infection. We would so rather it be
A blood pressure issue
a false
that we can
alarm.
fix.
Right.
Yes.
You're not going to make us mad with false alarms. We're going to celebrate those false alarms because they're not strokes.
Right.
But if
Exactly.
we don't know, And if you take that chance, then you are taking a chance with your life and with your long-term disability. Stroke is the #1 cause of adult long-term disability. And strokes are 80% preventable. Ischemic strokes are 80% preventable according to the American Heart Association. So if we know our risk factors and we manage our risk factors, we can reduce stroke. We're not doing well as a human body. We are not. We've gone from 1 in 6. The statistic about 10 years ago was 1 in 6 people will have a stroke. And now we are 1 in 4 worldwide.
Wow. So
1 in 4. So
every
we're
40
not,
seconds,
we're not
somebody's
doing
having a stroke.
Yes.
So at this table, one of us, according to statistics,
Right.
God forbid, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Think about your home. How many people in your home?
I got you.
Y'all got a breakdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a great conversation. I want to hear from you. If you've got questions, don't hold back now. 850-432-7768. We will return with more education for you right here on Sunshine's Corner.
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power, to the strength of Florida's sunshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Adventure, fun, and connections is all right here in your backyard with Pensacola Parks and Recreation. Bike the trails and feel the rush. Come to our senior program for ages 50 and older. Learn new skills and make new friends. Tee up at Osceola Golf Course and paddle into nature with Bayview Outdoor Pursuits. Pensacola Parks and Recreation. Discover more, play more, live more.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
But I'm the first to volunteer to be a
Yes, you are. Welcome back to the hottest spot in town. We are having such a conversation. As you can see, the conversation never stops.
I'm bringing them back because I don't have to talk that much.
I mean,
I love it.
I'm sure your audience would rather hear Ms. Joy.
Listen, Joy, she hadn't talked as much, but she's not. No, she's made some points. A lot of great points today.
But I don't have to talk as much when I bring a guest. All 2026. Yes.
Look, everybody knows that Joy is on here, right? They will be saying, "Where's Joy?" We got to have Joy.
They stopped me in the grocery store. They stopped me at Hobby Lobby. You were not on the last week because I normally do the first week.
That's right.
I was like, I'm not going. She ain't put me out yet.
Just keep coming back.
Then she said, I said, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, honey. You got your spot. You got your spot. But you see, that's what we talk about branding. When it's something that's good for the community, we want to continue that.
Yes.
And with the knowledge and the people that she bring in to share the information. Information is power. And it teaches us how to take care of the only temple that we're only going to get one. And let's take care of that. When you learn from different people that she shared with us to learn the things that we need to do to take care of this, then come on, keep them coming.
We take care of the outside, really.
Hello. We got to take care of the inside.
We take care of the outside.
We got to take that inside too.
But there is no girdle for your heart.
Hello. Can we? No. What they call a spank?
Yeah, there ain't no
no spanks there.
Ain't no spank for that.
Ain't no spank for that,
Ain't
baby.
no spank for that, baby. So Marguerite has something that I want her to share because this could really help around caregivers and stroke.
So at Baptist Healthcare, we offer 2 monthly stroke recovery groups. Now, these groups are for stroke survivors and their caregivers, but it's also open to the community. We encourage people to come and learn about stroke, learn about some things you can do to prevent stroke, but also have that interaction with some of our attendees who are very willing and very generous with their story. They want to educate as well. They want it when they've had a stroke. And then they're working through rehab and they've done all of these things and they're at a point where they can come to an outpatient setting and meet with other people who have also had strokes. It's empowering for them. They become the educators because they have been through the experience. There is no better teacher than experience, but in stroke, we want to get ahead of that. We want people that have had strokes that are comfortable sharing their stories to come and share, and they do. So we offer a group in Navarre that meets the second Tuesday of each month at 12 noon in the little conference room. That group is growing. It's about 15 people, although yesterday's group we only had about 7, but that's okay. We know the holidays.
The holidays will do that to you every time.
And really that's the goal. We want stroke survivors and their caregivers to get their lives back after that horrible thing that happened to them, but really they have accomplished so much by the time they're coming to an outpatient setting. They have such amazing stories to tell of rehabilitation, stories of hope, saying, look, yes, I had a stroke, but I'm not letting it get me down.
Come on, there you go.
And I love the saying, my brain attacked me, but my brain tried to kill me, but I won. Exactly. So the group in Navarre meets the second Tuesday of each month at 12 noon, and then there's also a group at Brent Lane. The group at Brent Lane is really in its infancy. We have about 2 to 3 regular attendees, but we would love to have more. So anyone that wants to come learn about stroke, we have guest speakers from time to time. It's an education class because, like you say, knowledge is power.
And when is that?
That's the 4th Tuesday of the month at 12.
At 12.
Again, we try to keep it consistent. Tuesday at 12, Tuesday at 12.
Do you feed them?
We feed them.
Watch this. You're going to get a meal and watch this. Is it at Brent Lane or is it the Bear family?
It's at Brent Lane currently.
It's in the hospital.
Yes, in the hospital. Main hospital.
When you
third
pull
floor.
up at the main hospital,
1 minute.
Throw the keys to the valet. Don't even worry about parking. The valet park. We're taking it all off.
That's right.
I tell you, we got 1 minute now. Okay, I tell you, Joy, it has been a great day. Oh, and you guys got to come back.
Oh, I'm excited. Come back in May.
We got to come back in May.
For sure.
We've already got our schedule part of that. We got to come back in May. Come back with this information because we appreciate that. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what we do. This is what this show is designed for. This is your information network. Knowledge is power. We talk about the difficult conversations, the ones that are difficult to have, but you can have them here and feel comfortable doing it. This is why we do this. I've got to go, but I want to leave you as I do every single day, and I mean this from my heart. Never, ever, 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 ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first, I'll guarantee you this. You're going to be a total success. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're going to be talking with, about why women get divorces after 65. That's going to be a conversation tomorrow right here. Until then, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. Have a great day.
Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Rishi Studer.